Hold on tight, folks, because the racing world is about to explode. We're diving headfirst into a whirlwind of speed, strategy, and sensational moments. First up, get ready to rev your engines because Formula One is bringing back a fan favorite, the Turkish Grand Prix. After a hiatus, Istanbul Park is roaring back onto the calendar for 5 seasons starting next year, promising a thrilling spectacle for fans in Turkey and around the globe. Stefano Domenicali, the F1 CEO, is ecstatic, calling it an incredible and vibrant city, ready to thrill the world on one of the most challenging circuits in Formula One. Don't miss out, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell, and let's ride this wave of adrenaline together.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But that's not all. We're taking a trip down memory lane, revisiting 5 of the most iconic moments from the Turkish Grand Prix archives. Istanbul Park is set to make a triumphant return in 2027, and we're celebrating its legacy with a look back at the unforgettable races that have graced its track. Remember the 2010 clash between Red Bull teammates Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel, a collision that sent Vettel spinning and sparked a fiery exchange. Or Jenson Button's daring overtake on Lewis Hamilton in the final corner. These are just a few of the moments that have cemented the Turkish Grand Prix's place in F1 history. Get ready for a deep dive into the drama, the skill, and the sheer excitement of Istanbul Park. And the excitement doesn't stop there. Formula One is officially returning to Turkey from 2027, securing a 5-year contract with the country's Ministry of Youth and Sports. This news follows an initial announcement from the Turkish government and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, confirming the return of the iconic Istanbul Park circuit to the F1 calendar. The track, known for its challenging Turn 8 and thrilling elevation changes, last hosted a race in 2021 when Valtteri Bottas secured victory for Mercedes. With over 19 million fans in Turkey and a rapidly growing social media presence, the return of F1 is set to be a massive celebration of motorsport. Finally, let's break down why Turkey is back in the game. After a brief return during the COVID-19 pandemic, Istanbul Park is making a full-fledged comeback, offering a unique blend of speed and technical challenge. The track's reputation for thrilling races, highlighted by moments like Felipe Massa's 3 consecutive wins and the intense battle between Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso, has earned it a special place in F1 history. So buckle up for a future filled with high-octane action and unforgettable moments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and join us as we gear up for the return of the Turkish Grand Prix and all the excitement to come. Formula One has finalized its 2027 race calendar, and a familiar name is back, the Turkish Grand Prix. F1 announced Friday the return of the Istanbul Grand Prix for a 5-season run starting next year. The iconic 14-turn Istanbul Park circuit, which last hosted a race in 2021, has a rich history, having held 9 Formula One races overall. F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali hailed Istanbul as a cultural gateway between Europe and Asia, emphasizing its unique blend of history and modern sporting appeal. Turkey previously hosted Grand Prix races from 2005 to 2011 and made a pandemic-era return in 2020 and 2021, with Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas claiming victory respectively. While F1 can accommodate up to 25 races, the 2027 schedule will remain at 24, necessitating a rotation system. The popular Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort will conclude its run for the foreseeable future after this summer, ending a 6-year streak. Furthermore, the Spanish and Belgian Grand Prix will alternate annually, with the Belgian Grand Prix remaining in 2027 and the Spanish Grand Prix returning in 2028. This strategic reshuffling ensures a dynamic and engaging Formula One season for fans worldwide. Istanbul Park is set to return to the Formula One calendar in 2027, marking a comeback after a 5-year absence. The circuit last hosted a race in 2021, where Valtteri Bottas secured victory for Mercedes. Looking back, the Turkish Grand Prix has delivered numerous memorable moments throughout its 9 editions. The 2010 race stands out for a dramatic collision between Red Bull teammates Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel, battling for the championship lead. Webber initially took pole, but a controversial incident where Vettel attempted an overtake resulted in a puncture and a heated exchange between the drivers. Despite the clash, Vettel ultimately clinched his first driver's title. The race also featured intense action between Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton, who engaged in a strategic battle for the lead, with Button ultimately overtaking Hamilton before Hamilton reclaimed the position to win. In 2007, Hamilton's championship bid was impacted by a puncture during the race, allowing Fernando Alonso to close the gap. Alonso was also involved in a thrilling duel with Michael Schumacher in 2006, where Alonso narrowly held onto second place in a photo finish. The 2020 race, part of a pandemic-reshaped calendar, saw Hamilton achieve a record-equaling 7th World Championship title in a chaotic, rain-affected event, showcasing a masterful drive and strategic tire management, while his rival Bottas struggled with multiple spins. Lance Stroll led early on, but ultimately lost out due to car damage and extra pit stops. Formula One is returning to Turkey with the Turkish Grand Prix set to rejoin the calendar in 2027 under a 5-year agreement. The announcement, initially made by the Turkish government and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, was subsequently confirmed by Formula One and its governing body. This marks the first Turkish Grand Prix since 2021, though the Istanbul Park circuit previously hosted races from 2005 to 2011, and again in 2020 and 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. F1's CEO Stefano Domenicali highlighted the track's history and the opportunity for fans to witness incredible racing. President Erdogan stated hosting the race would showcase Turkey as a safe haven in the region, a move coming amidst disruptions to sports events due to recent conflicts, including the cancellation of races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. The return of Turkey, alongside Portugal, addresses concerns about an over-reliance on street circuits, favored for their lucrative potential, but often less popular with drivers. The Dutch Grand Prix will be removed from the schedule, and the Belgian and Spanish Grand Prix will alternate years from 2027 to accommodate the new races. F1 estimates 19 million fans in Turkey, and FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem emphasized the race's return as a sign of the sport's global growth. The Istanbul Park circuit is well regarded by drivers, particularly for its challenging Turn 8, and boasts a rich history with notable wins by Felipe Massa and Lewis Hamilton. Formula One is set to return to Turkey in 2027, with a new 5-year deal secured with the country's Ministry of Youth and Sports. The Turkish Grand Prix will once again be held at the Istanbul Park circuit, a track that last featured on the calendar in 2020 and 2021, witnessing Lewis Hamilton clinch a record-equaling 7th driver's title in 2020. Istanbul Park, located 45 km from Istanbul, has hosted 9 Grands Prix since its debut in 2005 and is renowned for its challenging layout, often compared to Interlagos and Spa-Francorchamps. The circuit boasts significant elevation changes and demanding corners, most notably the high-speed, multi-apex Turn 8 and the sharply descending Turn 1. A long back straight provides overtaking opportunities into Turn 12, complemented by a mix of medium and slow-speed corners. The last winner at the track was Valtteri Bottas in 2021. Alongside Hamilton, they are the only current F1 drivers to have won in Turkey. Felipe Massa holds the record for most wins with 3 victories between 2006 and 2008, while other past winners include world champions Kimi Räikkönen, Sebastian Vettel, and Jenson Button. Lance Stroll also secured his first and only Formula One pole position at the circuit. Notable races at Istanbul Park include the incredibly close 2006 battle between Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso, finishing just 0.081 seconds apart, and the dramatic 2010 collision between Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber. Formula One's popularity in Turkey has surged in recent years, boasting over 19 million fans and 7.5 million social media followers, with Instagram followers growing by 25% year-on-year and YouTube views increasing by 107%. The exact date of the race within the 2027 calendar is yet to be announced, but fans can follow all the action on F1.com, F1's social channels, F1 TV, and their host broadcaster.